So this is a guy named Tommy behind a gravestone with a chick.
That was great.
And this is Tommy being stabbed by that girl. Or is it a man? This is Michael in the cemetery. And that looks like a Jawa.
The funeral is about to begin, sir.
Mike's brother Jody.
Okay.
Later on, after everyone has left, that tall man carries the coffin by himself and puts it in the back of the hearse, which Mike is watching through his binoculars. Mike and Jody's parents are dead.
Now the kid's 13, I'm thinking of sending him off to live with his aunt. But I'll tell you, he sure ain't gonna like it. I mean, as it is, he follows me everywhere. It's like...
This is their friend Reggie.
I'm just sitting here at midnight.
Mike's spying on his brother.
What the heck? Wait here, it's my little brother. I think he's got some kind of a problem.
I didn't mean any harm, but it's out there. It's gonna get me.
What's out there?
I don't know. It was little and brown and low to the ground.
Later on, Mike sees that tall man walking down the street. Seems to like the cold. One of those Jawa creatures confronted Mike again in the garage.
Ah! My fucking foot, man.
Oh, damn, look, I know you're not gonna believe this, but these things were here, right in the garage, and they were gonna get me.
Mike decides he's going to break into the mausoleum. Some dude attacks him, and then we see the silver sphere for the first time. Mike gets chased by the tall man again. He brings the proof home for Jody.
Okay.
A few minutes later, that finger turns into something else. They end up forcing that thing down the drain.
What the hell is going on?
Jody goes to the mausoleum himself and immediately gets attacked by a Jawa. Later on, they find one of those dwarves. They kill it. They check under the hood. It's their friend Tommy. Mike finds a 100-year-old picture. It looks like the tall man in it. That's creepy. So a while later, Mike is with some women and they get attacked by Jawas. Later on, Jody locks Mike in the house, but he escapes, only to find this.
I've been waiting for you.
Tall man takes him away in a hearse, but Mike still has a gun on him, so he shoots his way out. Inside the mausoleum, he checks out the coffin of one of his parents. They've been made into a Jawa too. And their pal Reggie shows up.
Reg, he ain't dead.
No, I ain't 3'2" yet either.
Together they find this weird room. Mike peers inside these tuning forks. Reggie runs outside, finds her on the lawn. Don't trust her. Mike back at home.
Boy. You play a good game, boy. But the game is finished. Now you die.
The chase is on, and he lures the tall man out to an abandoned mine shaft. And Jody is there to knock some rocks into it.
After me.
Or was it all a dream?
Mike, that tall man of yours did not take Jody away. Jody died in a car wreck.
The last scene. All right, let's talk about Phantasm. Obviously, everybody's seen this movie. It's a classic. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I had this originally on a beta tape. I rented it from a place called TNR Video in Two Rivers, Wisconsin. I rented it back around 1986, I believe. I ended up working at that video store for about 7 years. Also, once I was in college and stuff. But anyway, I rented it on a tape. It had the same tape as same tape as Asylum. I had it on a beta tape with Asylum, Phantasm, and something else. I don't know. But anyway, I watched Asylum, which I liked, and then I watched Phantasm, which I absolutely adored. I loved it from day one. And what we have here is a story about this mausoleum in town run by this guy, Angus Scrim, who plays the tall man. Turns out he's taking the dead bodies of people who die and turning them into these dwarves. Now, I'm not quite sure I ever fully understood what was happening here. He comes from some other dimension or something like that, and I believe they're using these dwarves as slaves. So he takes the bodies, he somehow shrinks them down, brings them back to life, and then they go to this red planet somewhere where they're like slaves or something. I don't know. So anyway, this guy Michael and his brother Jody, they find out what's going on there. The kid finds out about it first, tells his brother about it, and then ultimately they bring in their friend Reggie, and they decide they got to get this tall man. They're going to end this once and for all. Turns out their parents died in a car crash within the past year or so, and they were buried in that mausoleum too. At one point they open up the coffin and there's no body in it, so apparently his parents are these little dwarf things too. So anyway, these little dwarf creatures are running around, causing havoc, and of course, the big thing is also in this mausoleum, the tall man uses this silver ball, this sphere that flies through the air, and it hits you in the head, and then this little, it attaches to your head, then this little drill comes out, drills into your head, and starts spewing blood everywhere. It's a fantastic scene. It's a classic scene. Everybody knows it. Ultimately, at the end of the movie, we're thought to believe that they capture the tall man or trap him at the bottom of a well, but then we find out maybe that was a dream and it wasn't really happening. The kid goes upstairs, and then the tall man is there in his bedroom and says, "Boy," and then the kid gets sucked through a closet, and that's how the movie ends. Love this film. It's fantastic. I love the soundtrack. Everything about this, the mood, the set atmosphere. It's just a really cool movie. I don't know what else to tell you about it. I actually tried to get to the Morningside location this past year, about a year ago. I was in California. It was near Oakland, I think, or San Francisco, somewhere over there. And but unfortunately, it's a very fenced-off area. You can't even see what was used as the mausoleum, and I couldn't get past the fence. I did try, but there is a video on YouTube of some guy who did get around it, and he's got some pretty cool shots there. So anyway, I tried to get there, was not able to, but anyway, that's it. So anyway, it's Phantasm. They made 4 sequels to this movie. It is available on Blu-ray, as you can see here. Go, Wham, Go, whatever he'll put this out. They also put out a box set that comes with a ball, the sphere. I have that as well. It's a PAL box set, actually. I have that one. This one is NTSC. So, but anyway, I'll leave a link down below. You can get this damn cheap for what it is. You can get this usually for like $9 or so. It's a fantastic film. I'm sure you've all seen it. Let me know what you think about The Tall Man, and boy, watch it. Phantasm. Bye.